First, I would like to wish you all a happy Vesak day. So I think you all know about what is the meaning of Vesak. So I am not going to explain that. Uh, we have um, arranged or organized very important things to celebrate our Buduhamdruo's birthday, enlightenment, and the great passing away. So, think this is a great opportunity when we think as Buddhists, because so the Dhamma I, so Dhamma means wisdom. Wisdom means what is the reality in this world. Arise because of Buddha. So Buddhahamguru taught us what are the good, what are the bad. So it helps us to live a nice person. Unless the Buddhism exists in this world, we are just like animal. We don't know what is the good, what is the bad. So that is why Buddhahamdro is so important for us. So that is why we celebrate his birthday and enlightenment day and passing away. So that is why he is unique, extraordinary person. We think as like this. So therefore, how we should celebrate in these three events. So not only remembering the important things is we should practice, we should live according to his teaching. So that is the important thing. So now we are going to learn the teaching of the Buddha today, as well as we are going to practice to his teaching. So therefore, let's get start first our Buddha Vandana. So today, this very special Vesak day, I have created a beautiful, I think so, like this, beautiful presentation for you. So please, everyone, concentrate or focus your attention in this presentation. So it means I need to keep your attention in the present moment. So that is very important to learn something. So when we do not hear something, we are unable to get the real message. So therefore, please keep your attention what we are doing right now. So then you can learn something from this presentation, Buddha Vandana. So I am going to explain this meaning of these gathas. So normally we say gathas, but we don't know the meaning of what is the gathas, what is the teaching included in those gathas. So today I am going to give a little explanation so you can hear and you can think about and you can apply those teaching to your life. So that is the purpose of this presentation. Now please everyone sit nicely first and keep your back straight and close your eyes slowly and gently. Now listen to the sound of the meditation bell and try to be in the present moment. Now let's get started our Buddha Vandana with this peaceful mind. So try to keep this peaceful mind within you. Now say sadhu 3 times, everyone, please. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now say Namo Tassa in order to observe 5 precepts.
Sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
How do we
Namo
switch to
tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Okay, this is the traditional thing. Before we observe the 5 precepts, we respect our Buddha. So Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa, meaning respect to him, the blessed one, the important one, the fully enlightened one. So have this idea in your mind. So now say Buddhang Saranang. Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Okay, so I need to explain something to you. So we recite that Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami for the second time, for the third time. So as Buddhists, we need to refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. It means we promised we live according to your teaching and your Dhamma, and we follow the disciples of the Buddha. So that is the meaning of refuging. Go to refuge, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So on this Vesak day, we learn that important thing. So then we are going to observe 5 precepts. Let's see. Okay.
Hey, home kya
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Anadipata Vedamani Padang Samadhiyami.
You can say, I promise to not hurt or kill any living things, etc. Bugs, humans, dogs, like this. So please try to apply this teaching of the Buddha your life. Okay, not hurting any. Adinna Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Adinadana Vedamani Padang Samadhiyami. Padang Samadhiyami.
It means I promise to not take things that are not giving to me, which includes stealing. So that is the teaching and that is the meaning Adinnādāna Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhi. Have these ideas in you. Kāmesu Micchāchārā Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu Micchāchārā Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
I promise to not take part in any sensual misconduct. It means I do not misbehave my senses. Okay. Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
I promise to not lie and spread false rumors. Surameraya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
Surameraya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyāmi.
I promise not to participate in drinking and drugs that causes intoxication. So these are the 5 precepts, so basic principle that should everybody observe. So if you are able to live according to these 5 precepts, you will have a nice, peaceful and good life. So therefore don't break these 5 precepts. So on this Vesak day, you observe 5 precepts with the understanding. So try to keep these promises throughout your life. So that is the very important thing. Then you will have a nice life. Okay. So now homage to the Supreme Buddha. So now you have prepared so many things with the respect of the Buddha. So now we are going to offer, dedicate all those things by remembering the great Buddha's virtues and good qualities. Dear kids, children, our Buddhahamdru did not ask us to offer anything. So what he taught us as, please try to practice my teaching and try to live according to my teaching. So that is the Buddhahamdru's teaching. He asked us, but as gratitude people, good people, we respect to the Buddha by offering what we are using. We eat delicious food, we drink delicious drinks. So before we use them, we used to offer our Buddhahamdru as respect. So we think he is still living. That is the meaning. So still meanings living, we learn his Dhamma and we try to live according to his Dhamma. So as respect, as gratitude, we offer so many things to the Buddha, beautiful flowers, incense and other beverages. So that is the meaning of offering all those offering things. So now we are going to offer what you have prepared today on this Vesak celebration day to the Buddha by remembering his great qualities. Let's see how to observe, say Gatha. Okay, this is the Gatha. Let's recite Gatha together. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. So let's see what is the meaning of this Gatha. So such indeed is the Blessed One, important, perfectly enlightened, endowed with knowledge and virtues, well gone, knower of the world, a supreme trainer of reasons to be persons to be trained, teachers of gods and men, enlightened and pleasant. So yeah, now you can have this idea when you recite Itipiso Bhagava. So these are the qualities. There are 9 qualities. So in those days, ancient day, people wanted to respect Buddha. So he couldn't image who was like the Buddha. Then he tried to see Buddha like his great qualities. So some people address him Bhagava, Arahang, Samma Sambuddhu, Vijjacharana Sampannu. So all those qualities got together and we respect by reciting this Gatha. So nowadays, when we homage to the Buddha we recite these great qualities. So that is how it has happened. So please try to remember this meaning of this Gatha. Okay. So now let us homage to the Dhamma. Okay, recite Gatha together. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehi Passiko Opanaiko Pachatang Vedithambo Vinyuhiti. Let's see what is the meaning of this Gatha. Okay, well said. Fourth is the Dhamma by the Blessed One, visible here and now, not delayed in time, inviting one to come and see, onward leading to the Nibbana to be attained by the wise, each for himself. So this is also uh, benefits if you are able to practice. If you follow Buddha's teaching, then you will have these benefits. So that is the meaning of this Gatha. Okay, it explain the benefits and qualities of the Dhamma. Okay, if you practice the Dhamma, if you live according to Dhamma, you can get result, uh, not delayed in time. Okay, just you can have the result. Okay, that is the meaning of Dhamma. Now, homage to the Supreme Sangha. Okay, let's recite Gatha. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Uchupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samichi Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pungala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakkineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutterang Punyak Ketang Lokasansati. Let's see what are the meanings of this Gatha. So Supatipanno Bhagavato, the meaning of of good conduct is the order of the disciples of the Blessed One. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha. Of upright conduct is the order of the disciples of the Blessed One. Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha. Of wise conduct is order of the disciple of the Blessed One. Evagema Supatipanno of dutiful conduct is the order of the disciple of the Blessed One. So that is to say, the four pair of the persons, the enlightened, the 8 kind of individuals. This community, Sangha, of the Blessed One's disciples is worthy of gift, is worthy of offerings, is worthy of reverential salutation, is an incomparable field of merit for the world. So that is the meaning of the Gatha we recite when worship Sangha. So this is very important. If you are a Buddhist, then you should have these qualities. So Sangha means there are 4 type of group: monk, nun, and ladies and men. So all those are included in Sangha. So you also include in Sangha. Okay, so then you should have these qualities. When you live according to the Dhamma, then you should have this is right. You cannot change that idea. So that is the Ujupatipanna, upright conduct. So sometime we time to time change our good qualities. So you are not allowed to do that according to Buddhist teaching. So if you think uh, respect to our elders, so that is right, perfectly right thing. So you cannot change that time to time. So if you are a real Buddhist, then you should try to according to this teaching and have these great qualities. So that is the meaning of this Gatha. Let's offering of lights. Okay, recite Gatha together. Ganasarappaditena Deepena Tamadang Tilokadipang Sambuddhang Pujayami Tamonudang. So, what is the meaning? With lights brightly shining, abolishing this gloom, I adore the enlightened one who gets rid of the darkness of ignorance. So this is a good teaching for us. So Buddhahamdru help us to get rid of ignorance. Ignorance means if you have ignorance, we do nasty thing, negative thing, bad thing. We don't know what is the good, what is the bad. So you can see around the world, people do some negative thing, bad thing. They harm others and they steal from others. So those are negative things. If you have wisdom, if you have right knowledge, then you do not do. So we wish by offering lights to the Buddha, please, we will have the right knowledge, right wisdom that Buddha has showed us. So that is the purpose of meaning offering light. So in dark, when you light a lamp, so it gets bright. So likewise, if you are in the darkness of ignorance, then if you have the right knowledge, wisdom, then you abolish that ignorance. So you will have good habits, good dhamma. So we wish by offering to the Buddha, the light offering to the Buddha, we will have the right knowledge. So that is the meaning of offering lights. Okay, offering of incense. Let's recite Gatha. Gandha sambhara yuttena dhupena ahang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyantang puja bhajana muttamang. With this incense sweetly scented, made from fragrant substances, I worship the worthy one of admiration, the supreme recipient of offering. So that is the meaning of offering incense. So it means we always try to develop our good thoughts. So sometimes we use perfume to get some kind of attraction from others. But if you live according to Dhamma itself, will attract others you by doing good things. So I think you get the ideas what I am explaining. So therefore, you have heard Sila Suanda, Sil Suanda. If you have Sil Suanda, so then you will always bright, unique in this dirty society. Okay, so therefore, always try to be a good person and try to get attraction from others by doing good. So that is the meaning of incense. Now offering of flowers. Let's recite Gatha. Vanna gandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami muning dasansa Siripad saroruhe. This mass of flowers, fresh, bright, odorous, and choice, I offer at the sacred lotus-like feet of the noble sage. So let's recite other gatha. Pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labami mokkang uppammilayati yata idamme ayo tathayati vinasa bhavan. So meaning of this stanza is, I offer him, Lord Buddha, these flowers. May these virtues be helpful for my release. Our body undergoes decay, even as these flowers must fade. So this teaching is very important in our day-to-day life. So because we have to face so many changes in our life. So nowadays we have to face this pandemic. So we didn't expect something like this. So sometime when we don't have understanding, everything is changed. Then it is very stressful thing. So therefore, as Buddhists, by offering flowers to the Buddha, we remind everything is changing. So you may have some experiences in your life. So sometime you will have to face something like this changes. So then you should be aware. Yeah, Buddha Hamdru has said everything is changed because we like to think everything should be according to our wishes. So what we like, what we want, so we think it should be according to our wish. So it doesn't happen, children. So that is the nature of this world. So by offering flowers, so you can see in the morning a very beautiful, nice flower, but in the evening, when you look at that flower, it got fade. So that is the nature of this life. So we have to face all those difficulties. So by offering flowers, we remind that real nature, the teaching of the Buddha, everything is getting changed. So that is the meaning of offering flowers. Okay. Now offering of water. අතිවාසේතු බන්තේ පානීයං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු මුත්තමං. O Lord, the Blessed One, please accept this water as an offering to Thee out of great compassion for us. So as I explained before, we think our Buddha Hamdru is live because his Dhamma, his teaching is live. Therefore, we offer what we are using, consuming to the Buddha as to respect. Offering of medicinal drinks. අදිවාසේතු බන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං නිමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු මුත්තමං. O Lord, the Blessed One, please accept these medicinal drinks as an offering to Thee out of great compassion of us. Okay, now we are going to salutation to the Chaitya. Okay, let's recite Gatha together. Vandami Chaitiyang Sabbang Sabbatani Supatititang Saririka Dhatu Mahabodhin Buddha Rupang Sakalang Sada. I salute every Chaitya that may stand in any place, the bodily antique, the great body, and all images of the Buddha. So this is our tradition. So the Buddha's relics, noble relics, enshrine in this pagoda. So that is why we worship this kind of pagoda. Okay. Now salutation to the Bodhi tree. Yassa mule nisinova sabbari vijayannaka patto sabbang yutang sattha vande tang bodhipadapang. Seated at whose base the teacher overcame all flaws, attaining all knowing, that very Bodhi tree do I adore. Okay. Ime ete mahabodhi lokanatena pujita ahang pite namassami bodhi raja namastute. This tree of enlightenment by the Lord Buddha, by the Lord of the world, I too shall salute you. May there be respect to you, O great Bodhi. So this is a very good thing. What I mean, so we know that our Buddha Hamdru, after became Buddha, he showed his gratitude by looking at the Bodhi tree, which is help to the Buddha by giving shading. So by doing that, the Buddha Hamdru showed us, we should gratitude who helped us So that is a good human quality. He teach all the world. Please show gratitude. Please practice that good quality. So by remembering that great teaching, we too offer worship the Bodhi tree. So therefore, there is a great teaching you should learn. As Buddhists, we always try to show our gratitude, our parents. So by thinking their dedication, so you can see how they dedicate to uplift your life, to help to you be a good person. So we have to gratitude. We have to show our gratitude, our parents, as well as our teachers, our elders, and our friends who is helping us. So please remember, as Buddhists, we remind by offering or homage to the Bodhi tree. Should be we should practice gratitude. So that is the meaning of this gatha. Okay. Now, forgiveness of shortcomings. Let's recite gatha. Kayena vacha chintena pamadena maya katang Acchayang kamame bhante bhuri panya tathagata kayena vacha chintena pamadena maya katang Acchayang kamame bhante bhuri panya tathagata කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ භන්තේ භූරි පඤ්ඤ තථාගත. If by action, speech, or bad thoughts I have done anything wrong, forgive me, O Master, O Teacher, most wise. So this teaching or this stanza teach us to don't do the bad thing. So we take or we get forgiveness, but we always try to avoid or eradicate or overcome our negative behavior. So we do some negative things by action, speech, or bad thoughts. So every time you remind, I have done such a negative things. So I promise Buddha, Buddha and I promise to the Dhamma and promise to the Sangha, I do not do again such a bad thing. So by doing, we remind what we have done, what we did, and we try to get rid of all those negative things. It means you try to always become a good kids, nice kids. Okay, so that is very important teaching. Okay, now transferring merits to devas. Let's recite Gatha. Akasatta cha bummatta deva naga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhang tuloka sasanang. Meaning of this stanza: may all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share these merits and may they long protect the freedom. So this is kind of gratitude. So we believe that there are powerful living beings like devas. So they have kind of super power. So because of they have done so much good merits, So by the power of those merits, they have got kind of spiritual power. So by offering merits or by sharing merits to the devas, we try to get protection, extra protection from them. So they help us because when they see people are doing good things, they like to them. If someone do bad things, they don't like to those bad things. So therefore try to be good things and then try to get the protection from the devas. Unless you do good things, if you do bad things, then you cannot have the protection from the devas. So that is very important. Therefore try to live according to dhamma, then devas will protect us all the time. Okay, transferring merits to the departed relatives. Let's recite Gatha. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let these merits be with our relatives who passed away, and may they be well and happy. So this is kind of showing our gratitude. When we are rich with merits, so we can share our merits to deities, also our departed relatives. Sometimes our departed relatives may expect any kind of spiritual help from us. So when we sharing merits to them, they will have a peaceful place or safe place. So therefore, who had helped us, who had passed away. So please try to remember. We should remember their great qualities, and we can remember those people by offering merits. So that is we Buddhists do such a thing. Now wishing for the welfare of the world. Let's recite Gatha. Devo vassatu kalena sassa sampatti hotu ca pito bhavatu lokocha raja bhavatu dhammiko. May rain fall at the time it's most needed. May there be a rich harvest. May the world be fortunate. May the government be fair and kind. So that is the final wishes. So we think about all the living beings, not only for ourselves, myself, yourself. We think about all the people. So please, we will have safe place in this world to live happily. So we share our merits to gain a safe place for all of us. Okay. Aspiration for spiritual friends. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana pattiya. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never be friends with the foolish. May I always be friends with the wise and intelligent until the time I attain Nibbana. So always try to make this aspiration, because you need good friends. if you have bad friends, they polluted your whole life. So please have a nice, good, helpful, and who show the right thing. So those are the good friends. So if you have that bad friends, then you will have to be suffer. So that is the results associated with foolish friends, bad friends. So always try to wish or make aspiration after doing good things. We will have a nice friends. Okay, that is the meaning of this stanza. Okay, now it is time to share loving kindness. Okay. Hmm. Okay, we will do it later. So now finally, uh, we are going to homage, respect our parents. Okay, so now I think, I suppose your parents are around you. Please turn them and worship their feet by reciting the Gatha. Before that, please listen to this. Okay, uh, I need to explain the meaning of this Gatha. What are you saying by worshipping or reciting this Gatha? Let's see. Having cared for me in your womb of divine cradle for of time, you raised me up, wishing me all the success. My dear mom, please let me bow down at your feet, wishing you long life. So let's see what is the meaning of what are you saying when you worship your parents' feet. So we show our gratitude, we respect their dedication, then you will have a good blessing from them. So please always try to worship their feet and get blessing your parents. So let's worship your mom feet. Okay, let's recite Gatha. Dasa mase ure katva ඕසේසි උද්ධිකාරණං ආයුදීකං වස්ස සතං මාතුපාදං නමාමහං. So now you can worship your parents' feet having these ideas. Okay, now we are going to worship your dad feet. What is the meaning? My dear dad, you wish me well like no one else. I still cherish the beautiful moments of your immeasurable love of cuddling, embracing, and caressing. Please let me bow down at your feet, placing you above all royalties. So that is the meaning of Gatha. Let's recite Gatha. Uddhikaro alingitva chumbitva piya puttakam rajamajjang supatitthang itupadang namamahang. So always try to respect your parents and try to worship. Remember to worship their feet and try to get their noble blessing. You will have a very nice and safe life. Okay, so now we are going to remind our Buddha's teaching as we usually do in the Dhamma school. Okay, let's recite Gatha. Sambha papassa akaranam kusalassa upasampada sacitta pariyodapanam etang buddhanu sasanam. The meaning of that stanza: do not do evil, cultivate good, purify your mind. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas. So this is the most important teaching you should keep in mind. So all those things what we what we have done so far, by doing Buddha Vandana, by practicing meditation, by listening to the Dhamma, the purpose of all those things to do this teaching, to practice this teaching. What is? Do not do evil, not to do evil, to do good things and purify our mind. Okay, so please keep in mind, we are Buddhist, so that is why we celebrate today Vesak. So if we are Buddhist, then we have to live according to this teaching. So by doing Vandana and practicing meditation, by giving dana, by observing sil, so the main purpose is purify our mind. So please keep in mind and try to live according to this Dhamma. Okay, that is the Buddha Vandana. Okay, so now I am going to stop this session. Are you there? Yes. So what did you learn today? Did you learn something special thing today? Do you like that? No?
එහෙමයි හාමුදුරනේ අපි ගොඩාක් පින් ඔයාට
So
හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්ත මේ ගාථාවල තේරුම.
yes, I wanted to do that. So my purpose was that. So please, dear children, so we celebrate, we worship, we do under the Buddha Hamdro's name so many things, but sometimes we forget to live according to Dhamma. We forget to practice his Dhamma. So it's not purpose of our Buddha. So it's all ways encourage us to practice, to live according what we are doing. When we are doing negative things, then we can avoid from those things. So that is the teaching of Buddha. That is why we should follow the Buddha Hamdru's teaching. So then you will have very nice, beautiful life. So please try to keep in mind. So now I have 15 minutes. So now I am going to teach you a very important teaching of the Buddha. So please listen carefully. This is the Dhamma. Okay. So now I am going to share another video with you. Anshuman,
ඇහින්නේ මියුට් වෙලා ඉන්නේ.
Oh, yeah, right. So I'm going to share this video. Oh, wait. Okay. Can you see?
එහෙමයි හාන්දරනේ. ඔව් පේනවා.
Okay. Oh,
පේනවා.
wait. Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
එහෙමයි සවිනාංශේ.
Okay. Okay. So this is the teaching. So on this Vesak day, we should have strong determination. For what? By celebrating this Vesak, we try to live according to the great teaching of the Buddha. So I try to prepare this presentation especially for you to learn Dhamma to help you to be a good kids, nice kids. Please appreciate and try to follow, try to live according to this teaching. Okay, so this is the theme of this Vesak. Okay, okay. Now let's see. Okay, if you cannot hear me, please let me know. Okay.
Hamdrun,
Okay,
is there a back music coming out of this, or you're just talking?
Sorry, Kanish Mahathya, I can't hear you. Please.
Hamdru කියන ඒවා විතරයිද නැත්නම් මේකෙත් වීඩියෝ එකක් තියෙනවද? මේ වීඩියෝ එකෙත් සවුන්ඩ් එකක් තියෙනවද?
Sound නෑ.
හරි.
හරි. මේ වීඩියෝ එක පේනවනේ නේ?
පේනවා Hamdru.
Okay, so children, can you see there is a lotus flower. This is a pond of lotus flower. Okay, so this is a simile that Buddhahamdros has taught us. Okay, try to get the idea. Okay, so please try to see this pond is full of lotus flower. So but all those lotus are touching the water. Okay, try to get the idea. Okay, so I explain here. This is a dirty pond. There are many dirty things like muddy water. So we can see there are a lot of dirty things in the water, muddy water. So but there are dirty lotus flower as well as beautiful lotus flower in the muddy water. So you can make sense. In the muddy water there are two type of water, the beautiful water, beautiful lotus flowers, and the dirty lotus flowers because of muddy water. You can see that there are dirty lotus flowers which are touching the muddy water. These lotus flowers are dirty because of muddy water touching there. So our society is just like this dirty pond. I want to teach you the great teaching of the Buddha by taking this simile. Okay, because there are very nice people as well as bad people. Okay, just like there are dirty lotus flowers and beautiful lotus flowers, as well as just like that pond in the society where we are living, there are good people, also there are bad people. So have a question: are there beautiful lotus flowers which are not dirty with this with muddy water? Now I raise a question: is there any lotus flowers that are not dirty? Yes, there are. Then how they become beautiful? So I am going to next image. So this is the beautiful lotus flowers. So you can see that this lotus flower doesn't touch the muddy water. It raised up without touching the water. So that therefore this one is very beautiful and very clean. So now I am going to explain the teaching. The Buddha is just like a beautiful lotus flower in the muddy water pond. Why? The Buddha lived among the people who had greed, hatred, and delusion, but he didn't have any evil thought in his beautiful mind. So please try to get the idea. In our society, there are so many people, different kind of people. So there are bad people, so who have the negative thoughts, like I explained. But our Buddha is just not like those people. Why? Just like this beautiful lotus flower, the Buddha purified his mind from all evil thoughts like hatred, greed, foolishness, jealousy, selfishness, unkindness, laziness, and impatience. Okay, so that is the unique of our Buddha. That is the difference of Buddha from other people. Buddha purified his mind. He doesn't have any negative thoughts. That is why we respect him. That is why we follow his teaching. So try to get the idea. So he taught us, you also can be like me. Like me means Buddha. How? Just like this lotus flower. If you are able to eradicate, overcome your negative thoughts, then you be a very unique person in this society. Just like in the muddy water, there are lotus flowers, but this beautiful lotus flowers doesn't touch the muddy water. So if you are able to be a nice kid, so you do not do naughty things, nasty things like other people, so then you are naturally become a very nice kid. So that is the teaching of our Buddha, because we have these kind of negative thoughts: hatred, greed, foolishness, jealousy, selfishness, unkindness, laziness, impatience. So these negative thoughts leads us to suffer. They make us bad. Please always try to eradicate, overcome all those negative thoughts. Try to practice good thoughts, good things. So that is the teaching of the Buddha. Okay, so next, uh, the Buddha was a human being, but not an ordinary human being. He was an extraordinary human being. The Buddha purified his mind from all bad thoughts. He did not do any evil even secretly. So that is very important. Some people do bad thing secretly. So I have seen so many people, but Buddha, but who eradicate negative thoughts from his mind. They do not do negative thoughts even in secretly. So we can be such a person. Buddha encourage us. If you have will, then you can be a good person like me, like Buddha. The Buddha was kind and compassionate to all the living beings instead of hatred. So he eradicated hatred and he developed and he lived according to kindness, compassion. The Buddha teaches us to be kind. So he taught us is be kind, compassion. So by teaching or showing good things, he didn't practice. He even practice it. He teaches us to do these kind of good things, and also he try to practice, and he practice those good thoughts. Set an example for us. So this is kind of occasion someone has pictured. The Buddha is attending critically sick people. He is showing his kindness and compassion. So this is one occasion you may have heard Buddha Hamdru help some sick people. Putigatta Tissa Hamdru. We will discuss later the Putigatta Tissa Hamdru. Anyone didn't help him. He was critically sick, ill. So Buddha showed that Buddha go and help him with help of others. Likewise, you can also help people. Okay. The next one, the Buddha is showing his kindness to Nalagiri, who were trying to kill him. So some people try to harm Buddhahamdru. Even Buddhahamdru in return show his kindness and compassion. So that is the unique of Buddhahamdru. We can also be like Buddhahamdru. So some people scream, some people yell us and scold us. So we can also be patient. That is very important. Okay. Then Angulimala, the murderer who tried to kill the Buddha. You may heard about this story. So Buddhahamdru, what did Buddhahamdru? He helped him to overcome all Sachaka is a kind of debater. The debater who came to the Buddha to defeat him by debating the Buddha. By debating, the Buddha patiently realized him the truth. So we can talk later those stories. Okay. So I want to show you how Buddha act. Can I be like the Buddha? So now you can think, can I be like the Buddha? Yes, you can. Then how? You have to think about. Okay, not only. Okay. So how to be a good like Buddha? Practice. The Buddha teaches us, do not do evil. Don't harm living beings. Don't stealing. Don't misuse senses. Don't tell lies. Don't take intoxicated drinks and drugs. So those are negative habits. Please don't try to do those things. Then you can be a like Buddha. So some people do such a thing like these things to get some kind of fun. So that is not good thing. Okay. And sometime you may have experienced these kind of things at your home, in your school, anywhere. So Buddhahamdru teaches us not respecting to parents, teacher, elders is not a good thing. Bullying is not a nice thing. Don't discriminate people. Fighting is not a good thing. Using harsh word is not a good thing. So you have to avoid those things. Those are not a good thing. If you do those things, then you are like a just which is that the lotus with muddy water, okay, dirty lotus flower. Okay, if you do such a harmful thing, negative things, so then as results, next life or even this life, you will have this kind of negative experience. Can you see that? These people, these kids may have done the negative thoughts in their previous life. As a karma, they lost their hand, legs. So this is, we can get some kind of idea why we should be good. So that is why Buddha taught us, don't do such a bad thing, don't do such a negative things. Okay, so like this, there are these kind of kids, but you may not know. So they are hungry, they don't have enough food, they don't have enough beautiful dress. Okay, please try to get some idea, good idea. I don't have time, that's why I rush. In this life, you may have such a what we saw before, those bad things. Even after death, sometimes we will have to born a negative place, such as hungry ghost and hell, like something this. Okay? So how to get rid of those negative experiences, bad consequences? Please practice Buddhism, live according to Buddhism, worship in the morning and evening, Buddhahamdrus, okay, like this. And you can radiate loving kindness, help others, okay, don't be harmful, get the idea, okay. And you can help elders, you can worship, respect your parents, elders, and you can help your friends when they need your help. Okay, so if you get the chance, practice loving kindness, compassion. Don't miss that great opportunity. Think that is a great opportunity. So good people think like this. If you get chance to help someone, so that is good chance to develop their good qualities. Think like this. That is the nature. That is the Buddhist way. Okay, always try to behave like a good Buddhist. Okay, so may you all be well, happy and peaceful. Happy Vesak. So that is the Dhamma preach today. Okay, please keep in mind and try to live according to this teaching. Okay, so thank you for everyone listening this Dhamma preach. So today I also prepared for the nice story, Poor Sopaka, but I think we don't have time to do that. But I think I give a message on this Vesak Friday and you to be a good kid. So now you can think over it again and again and be a good kid, nice kid, which not touching the muddy water. Okay, say sadhu everyone. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.